Hey everyone, I'm David Sherry. I'm a coach to founders and creators, and today I wanted to answer a question that I got in my inbox, which I also shared through my newsletter that you can read below. And the question is about sharing authentic content. They asked, how do I understand how to put together authentic content for the message that I have to share? And the thing is, it's really tough to not be performative when you're trying to share a message, because as soon as you have an idea or you feel a spark for something that you want to write about, something you want to podcast about, something you want to create a YouTube video or a TikTok about, we have this second voice that comes after the inspired idea that tries to put it into a format or tries to translate it in such a way that we think other people are going to like. And so as your ideas go through this filter, we become a bit performative. We become somebody who's putting on, in a sense, a little bit of a mask so that we're perceived by other people in a certain way. Now, that's not all bad. We want to package ideas in ways that people can understand them. We want to storytell in ways that are engaging, and there's tons of different things that you can learn about how to do that translation better. But when we take the core, authentic, interesting idea that we have, and we remove all of the edges, we remove all the personality, we remove all the human aspect of it, well, then we start to get boring content, and then we start to just really produce the same thing that we're seeing over and over again being regurgitated online. And that's not really what we want. This person's asking about how to find a way to express a unique message. So I think I wanted to share a few things that I felt like really helps me with this. The first is that I think there's a certain type of energy that you really get when you have an idea that feels authentic to you that you want to share with the world. We've all had that moment when we shared something on social media or on our blog, and we just didn't really have that much energy for it. We have other times where we know we're feeling something interesting and unique, and it's almost like when you publish something, you know it's going to do well, you know it's going to be responded to well, because simply the act of making it has a certain type of energy. So the first tip is really to, anytime you have that feeling, anytime you have that spark, see if you can go with it as quickly as possible so that that filter doesn't show up. The second thing you can do is you can really create a template for yourself for when you're publishing. Maybe it's the structure of a blog post or a video that you start to use, or maybe it's an introduction that you always say every time as you enter a video, or maybe it's some type of outro where you thank your listener or you thank your reader. Whatever that is, having the constraint of a template is going to make it easier for you to actually feel more relaxed when you're creating your content, because you don't have to think so much about how do I format this in a way that I can publish it to my audience. If we can notice this idea of having the inspired idea and then having this filter show up where we start to perform, or we start to put this mask on, or we start to try and make the content something that we think other people are going to like, once we recognize that second voice that shows up, it becomes a little bit easier to see when that's starting to happen, and we'll get a little bit more comfortable through the act of publishing to simply publish what's on our mind without too much of an edit. That's it for today. I hope you enjoy this and that you're having an amazing week. You can always leave comments below. I'll be back in with more videos like this later.